your site. And there are two things that you can do to get that done. The first is adding friends' faces. The click-through rate is going to increase when you have friends there. And that's because you have to think about the context. When a user comes across, discovers your site, it's probably because a friend posted it in their newsfeed. When they click on that link based on that initial story that was liked, they'll go to your site and they're going to be looking for their friends. And having their friends' faces there will draw them into that content that they were looking for. The other thing is, as they're discovering your website through other means or just browsing around the web, it makes a huge difference when friends' faces are added there. I know that when I walk into a bar, the first thing that I look for is I look for my friends. And similarly, when I go to your business on the web, I will feel much more comfortable with the content and much more engaged if I saw my friends' faces there. The way to do this is to first ensure that the option has been checked on the configurator. So if you remember that early configurator on the developer site, there is a show faces option that is pre-checked. To make sure that you have that, you can look in the code and ensure that the show faces parameter is set to true. Or if you've used the XFBML version of the like button, you don't have to think about it because we automatically have enabled it for you. And we will automatically resize the button so that friends' faces show up as soon as a friend has clicked that link. The reason why this makes sense is also because we've seen it in terms of our analysis, improve the click-through rate when you add friends' faces. We analyzed the top 100 media websites, and we saw that by adding faces, that you could increase the click-through rate by 5 to 10 times. Also, if you choose to optimize placement, there is also the ability to increase the click-through rate. So placement, it depends on the layout of your site. And what we've typically seen is that if you place the like button near visually engaging content, or if you allow for adequate white space around the like button, this will encourage users to notice it more as they're visiting your site. But you can actually test this out on your site. We give you the ability to add a parameter called the ref parameter that you can add to your like button to begin to see which placement works best. So in this example that you see here, you can specify ref equals the placement. And here we show that, let's say you place it on the top left, and if you pass that in as a parameter to the like button, we will pass back both that referral value that you put in and the source in the refer URL. And so when you receive this link back from either your analytics providers like Google Analytics or Omniture, what you're going to look for is this FB_ref param to indicate the placement that resulted in that click back to your site. And so you can begin to test and see whether or not you received more traffic from the top left corner or, say, the bottom right corner. This is something that we provide for you. And so to summarize, to increase the click-through rate of the like button on your site, it's adding your friends' faces and then thinking about placement on your site.
Great. So thank you again for tuning in. Hopefully today you've learned a little bit about kind of why you should use the like button instead of the share button, a little bit about how to optimize the feed stories that are published back to Facebook, and lastly, how to optimize the click-through rate of your like button. Please leave any comments or questions in the